Good morning. Um, we've come a long way and we are learning every day. I could tag today's trading, knowing your structure. It's not easy to know the structure. It is easy to say it with our mouth, but it's not easy to know the structure when it's in the making. And it could be a big problem for most of us. And this is where your emotion gets the best part of you. And how can you know this structure? It's by way of dedication, constant practicing, and you will know what can happen within structure and what may not even ever happen within structure. By the time you still get yourself locked in a place where you think the big boys can do anything, the big boys can do just anything that is habitual, that is just out of context, then there is no way you can make a progress. The big players that we're talking about, they can't just do anything. That's just the truth. But if we are going to have an unusual volatility in the market, or something just going haywire, it's just like once in a year. Once in a year. And so that once in a year, usually, if you have been in this trade, we kind of usually will have an hint of when it's likely going to happen. And so we try to be very careful around that time. So it's once in a year. So if in a year it's 365 to 66 days and you have one, so what is the percentage of that? It's not up to 1%. It is not. It is actually not up to 0.5% in terms of, okay, the occurrence of probability. But because big boys, in quote, will not just do anything anyhow, I'm telling us that price will always play according to structure. So the fundamentals that you are worried about, that you are afraid that probably a news or something, an event occurring, or something happening in the world, maybe strangely, yes, they can bring volatility into the market. And when they bring such volatility into the market, the thing is that during such news of volatility, price can, move both ways. And that is one thing you must know. But you don't, because price is moving down, you want to go down and sell with the market. Or because the price is moving up, you want to buy with the market. But if you know the structure, if the structure is telling you that the direction of the trade is downward, and this volatility is raking market upwards, what do? You hold your peace, because you know whatever they are doing, it's a ploy to knock people off. As a matter of fact, they can knock people off both ways, in both directions. They will knock them off. But price will still go where it's supposed to go. So the price is supposed to go down. The volatility is taking it up. You don't buy. All you have to do, you have to look into the structure. Where am I supposed to put my leg? Or where am I supposed to, if I understand this structure, where will this volatility get to? the price will get to that place, and that will be end of it because the structure is completed. So which means volatility can make the structure complete. And then the price will resume its normal direction. So volatility can come and can move the sharp movement both ways. And that sharp movement can take, let's say, 100 pips, 200 pips or more. It will always happen like that. But because you know the structure and what you expect, you will tell yourself that, yeah, according to structure, whatever happens, this is the way I'm going to trade. So you are not afraid of volatility of news because you always know that the fundamentals that we call news will always complete the structure. So you're not scared. You can only be scared if you have been greedy. You can only be scared if you are using an unreasonable lot size. You can only be scared because your account is going to blow. So you will have your emotion misplaced. And like I said the last time, that was last week, I said, please, don't just jump into a trade at the middle of nowhere. When you do that, you're going to point your finger because you don't know what the trade is doing. For instance, look at this. These are mess. This is a daily candle. These are mess. And this is an example of another mess. And this is another example of another mess. Now look at here. This is also a short mess that was easy for anybody to trade, or probably much easier for anybody to do. Is a mess here. But these are mess. And this also is a mess. So when you have this mess forming, one thing is that because you are equipped, you're telling yourself, when are they going to finish this mess? This is the vicinity of where this mess will get to, and they cannot do more than that. That is when you understand structure. Now, another thing is that structure is unfolding. You are impatient because you think you can just quickly take something off the market and make money. You will burn your finger. So this thing is not made for those who are impatient. Number one, you are greedy, you want something huge, and you think, oh yes, that's the way you will get it. And see, you don't have enough money. It's like you have a car on not too good, smooth road. Your tires are probably not exactly new. Your car, yeah, has good shock absorbers. You bought this car a few years ago. Probably you buy it about 10 years ago. And when you did, the car was new, maybe tear rubber. But you had used it for like 10 years. So all you do is to maintain the car. Now you tell yourself, when I usually replace my tires every 1 year. Then you now have a tire that you have used now for like 8 months. The roads are not entirely, very smooth. There are places that you can, that you have potholes and all of that. And probably you take that roads often. You know exactly where those spots are. But that does not mean that the last time you pass the road, there won't be any new spots. Then your airbag, you don't even know, because when you use a car for 10 years, the airbag might even tell you, oh, it's there, it's not faulty. But when you need the airbag of the car, it might just not, engage. Then you now enter, you say you are going somewhere, and you are on top of 160 kilometers per hour. Even if the roads are completely smooth, you are increasing your chance of dying by engaging in such a speed, in such a terrain, than with the years that the car had had. So the longer you are using a car, the more likely there will be faults that you will not even see. And you're dying. So I don't want to say something negative here, but it's just like that. When you have small money, and so it's a spirit of greed that is controlling you, and you don't understand the structure, and you are guessing, and all you know that is support and resistance, as if that support and resistance is something. It does not make any, support and resistance does not make much sense here. It really would not make any much sense here. And the price action that we teach will not make any sense alone. Support alone, daily or weekly, will not make sense alone. Price action will not make sense alone. But when you put your support and resistance, be it weekly and daily, as well as your price action, and most importantly, what the structure tells you, when those three aligns, you can say, yes, I have something good. The three must align. Say, oh, I have something good. Then perhaps if you are within, yeah, you can once in a while make use of your RSI like I taught you the last time. Then you look at also the trend. Even when the trend is broken, it doesn't mean that because the trend is broken to the upside, then the market is ready to reverse to the upside. No, it doesn't mean that. Trend being broken on the higher time frame or 4-hour time frame or day time frame might just be an indication, the first indication that, okay, the price actually is losing momentum, and anytime soon, they might actually be crossing to the other side. Not immediately when your trend is broken. So you must understand, at what structure is my trend broken? These are important things that you must know. You don't always, get afraid of nothing, but you'll be afraid when you don't know the structure really. Now, having said this, we know about motive wave, which are 5 waves. And I said, this does not really have to occur all the time. In fact, most of the time it's 3 waves structure that we tend to trade. And I said in a motive wave, we have said that we have 1, 2, 3 to 5. And 1, 3, and 5 are actually motive, where 2 and 4 are corrective. Now, in a big cycle, which is in a cycle, you can have a motive wave, and we can also have a corrective wave in a cycle. So when you have a corrective wave running a cycle, it's more complex, it's more enduring when you have a corrective wave in a cycle, which means it has been running for close to 10 years and is a corrective wave. Then you are in for it. Now, but of course, corrective waves can also occur in 5 ways. And that is one thing you must know. But when I want to share a secret of what if we have a motive wave in a cycle, or we have a corrective wave in a cycle. What do we see? Because both of them can occur in a cycle. And the way they occur in a cycle, then you can break it down to the smaller time frame as well. But in a motive wave proper, it is better to see that when you have a sign that you are trying to do wave one, most of the time people don't even know that it's wave one in a motive wave, or even in a wave corrective. You don't know it as wave one. And it's better to engage your thought that you don't know if this is a wave one or not. Not until you break outside of wave two that you know, oh yes. You don't begin in a change of direction to think that this is wave one. It is always good to align your thoughts that you are probably in wave A and a wave B situation. That is the way that you can trade and not burn your finger. Align that you are within a wave A and a wave B situation. Now, if a wave A goes up, lálá tó bá ròkè ilẹ̀ ló ń bọ̀. That is the way price will always behave. And the wave B supposedly is coming down. Don't don't preempt that the wave B is a wave two. It can be anything. Let it land. Let it what? Let it land. Now, so in a wave way, be it in a bigger cycle or a shorter cycle, let it go. And you expect the second wave to come. And when that is coming, we'll say, okay, if it's between 50 and 85, that can be a zigzag. And it can be a wave two. Just take it as if you are doing a zigzag correction if there is a price action to the upside. Then you now take it, okay, the next one is wave C. Now, let wave C continue to form. Not until wave C breaks above 161.8 that you now call it, oh, this is what? This is third wave of a motive wave. Even being in the correction. So once it's beyond 1.618 of extension of A and B, then, oh, this is what? Third wave. You can always find another support when it breaks out to still continue trading. You're not going to miss anything. This thing is to and fro, like the way the devil runs. The devil runs to and fro, looking for whom to devour. If you see this market as the devil runs to and fro, looking for whom to devour. So let it run, look for his fro. Always look for the flow, not toe. Always look for the flow of the market, probably if the toe is the first move and your flow is the second move, always look for the flow of the market. If your wave B now breaks your wave A, that has told you, most likely your wave B is going down. So if your wave B goes down, at times you tend to know the direction of your market. Because if wave B runs short of wave A to the downside, and you're saying probably this is a zigzag, and price goes up to break 161, oh, you say what? Oh, this is what? This is wave 3. But if your wave B goes down and break a retracement of 161, that tells you the direction of the market is downward. So, you know, the fib alignment or ratio can actually tell you the direction of the market when there is a break out of what 161.8. But when a wave also breaks A to the downside, it can mean that it's still a part of the correction once 161.8 is not taken. So we have said a whole lot, and I've released all these things to read about ratios, fib ratios and all of that to equip you. But now how to interpret and how to use them is what you now need to know. Now, wave 3, as it's different from wave C, is that it has to break 161.8 to the above. Then you know that wave 3 is the longest, and you now have wave 4 in the reverse direction to do a correction. And you now know that in your motive wave, in any form of time frame, be it a cycle, will not always retrace to the area of wave 1. If it's a corrective wave pattern, it will encroach, and it's allowed because it's corrective. And it doesn't make it less that is not wave 5. Because it's corrective, it can encroach. It can even pierce it in a way. So likewise, when you are seeing the last wave, which is now wave 5, you know what it is. So in a motive wave, no encroachment of 4 and 1. But in a corrective wave, be it 5-wave pattern, there is always an encroachment. Not always anyway, there may be an encroachment. This is what structure is all about. I set this to actually give you a background. This is the structure. I'm not going to go into the cycle again, because there are videos I've done, to show you cycles. I'm now going to move as fast as I can. Now, this is Euro USD, and this is the structure that we have. You remember when we were here before we did this sale to the downside, when we were here, and it's these and it's these as if they're going to go down and a bit up, and they broke it to the low, and you think, oh, this is where they're going to end. They went up again and they broke the top again, and you think, oh, it's the last break of the top, and they came down low, and as if, okay, oh, you think, oh, now the price is going to the upside. When you now draw your trend from this tip to this tip, it's going to the upside, and they broke it up again, and you think, okay, they are going to continue to go to the upside by breaking. They are broken this 1, 2, 3, and so now the direction is, they have changed it. It's because when you don't know structure, where the structure is, and they broke this one to the downside. What you are seeing on the daily time frame clearly tells you the direction of the market here. And what you have here is what? Just the corrective structure that can be messy. And what you have here, you have from this down here, you have an A and a B to the lowest low and a C here. You can call it a WXY structure, or an A or a B and a C, then the price broke low. Now, what are we doing here again? Is the same thing that we are doing. We are doing a WXY structure, or an A and a B and a C structure. This is where we are now. Here, it's an ABC structure. And because if it's a WXY, this one looks more like a WXY, where you have your W and your X retrace more like shallow. and your Y. Now, in this area is more of a ABC structure where your A, this is the highest of A, not air. And this is, they tend to do this to frustrate anybody in wave count and how to find your feed, because you will think that this is what we are going to use, then forgetting that this is there on the daily cycle, daily time frame. So from the lowest, this is the highest, which is A, and now a B broke below A. And this is what you expect. You can see a B breaking below A, and definitely they now did a C, because by the time you see a B breaking below A, it might mean that, oh, they have finished their correction here on the daily time, on the lower time frame, like maybe a 1 hour time frame, because this is a correction on the 1 hour time frame. You take this one to the upside, A and a B and a C, to do like the C here falling short of this one. They made it probably truncated, or they made it a running flat here by doing from here, which is an A B that does not go below an A here, and they now did a C that does not go beyond an A here. So that may be the end of a correction. And see what they did. They gave you a disguise, and they did this, which is a price action for more sell. And you say, yes, when you see this anywhere, you say, oh, it's a price action for more sell. Then that they are going down. Yes, they did go down a bit to break the low of these. Immediately they did that, they started another correction again. They use that as another correction again. And this is where it gets, messy for anybody that is impatient. You think, oh, they're just going to eat the level that they're going to go to, and they did this. For me, the longer they stay in a corrective mode like this, the better for me to look for good opportunities. So, and that was what I said. I said, the occurrence of a price action within a corrective mode does not make an entire sense alone, be that it was occurring at this level of resistance. See, it's a level of common resistance. Now, price now broke it again. What is a correction? We're now having this. Now, you will think that they have changed the trend here. I can't see anything to tell me that they are changing trend here. All I can see here for now is still part of correction. See, when you see this move, see the way candle is, and if it closes like this in a day, it's still a correction. So for me, now they have done a double correction here, which looks like a 7 swing. Unfortunately, a 7 swing, and an A and a B in the bigger time frame, and a C, where a C has broken the top of this again, just like you have it here. So it's a complex correction in this wave, inside the last wave of 5. Inside the last wave of 5, they did wave 2 here of this structure of 5. This is part of wave 5. They did 1 and a shallow 2. Can you see that the correction that they did here for 2, it's like a 1 hour flat correction that they did here. And they now did, they first did the 4 hour correction here, and they now turned it to a daily correction. That is what they have done. And it will be difficult for you to grab it. You think they are playing on your emotion. Always look at the big picture. Once something is not broken, a structure is not broken, then it's not broken. So this is now a wave 4 of this entire move of 5. Now they will now start the internal structure of the last 5 to get to the downside. So once they make a turn here, what do? You look for an inverse retracement, taking this as a resistance, taking this low as a new support. So you take your fib retracement tools from the support to the new resistance, then the inverse of 123 is at least where the price will get to finish up that with 5. Inverse, at least it will proceed to 161.8 when they want to play you, because they know that you want to buy from there. So they may decide to do it at 123. They may decide to do it at 161.8 or 141 to just blow you. But then you won't expect it to proceed or go beyond what? 161.8. If it goes beyond 161.8 to the downside, then it tells you they are not finished. Then you continue to look at the wave and begin to count. What we are saying that we are almost at the end of this, and it's allowed when they begin to do all this kind of a correction, you know, sideways correction, to burn off the chart for us before they reverse. At least if they don't do a reversal, they will do a big correction that will go so high up. They will now know it's a correction. So when it goes so high up, it could be a correction or a wave A. That is what I've told you when I started telling you stuff here. So it could be when we now reverse, that reversal should be taken as a wave A. And when it's coming down again, be it no matter how long it is or how far they went up, you also take the reversal as well, a wave B, which is a flow. The one goes up a toe, and the one that is coming down a flow. Then you see the extent of that. Then even within that itself, they can begin to do a mess of a correction that will break your brain or bust your head. So always stay with the structure or the bigger time frame structure or cycle time frame structure, and always break it down. Now, pretty much that. So let me take this out. This structure was broken in a correction of 3 when it was coming down. There was a time I explained this to us. I'm taking it out and we don't need it anymore. Okay. So we now have this and see what they did here. So this is just a neighborhood here. Like I told you, when you have a break of trend does not mean that you are changing direction or is a reversal. This is an example in front of you here. This is an example. When we finished here, when we finished, and I said this is like a 3, 5 that has finished here. So it's indeed a 3, 5 that finished here. And we broke out of here to do a 4. And unfortunately, this is not a 3, 4. We have done a 3, 4 here of the inside of these 3. A 3, 4 is when it's in an inside correction, it will break through 1 and 2 of it. This is like a 1 and a 2 of this particular, the last leg of 3 running down. So it won't break it because it is a 1 and this is a 2 of it. So when you join it, it won't break it until they finish the inside of 4 or 5 of it. Now going up here means that they now did a wave 4. They now did a wave 4. So it's a wave 4 because you have to follow it. It's a wave 4 proper here that was done. A wave 4. And that's the end of that wave 4. Now, after wave 4 is completed in this mess, we now have wave 5. So what we are saying is that when you add this wave 5 coming, so we have this wave 5 coming. We are done with this. This one has done its job. That's done its job. So all you can do to align this with the new thing that is happening, because the inside of this one is breaking itself. This is 1 and 2, but they have done this to extend these sideways. Now, all you have to do, because this also has been broken. The immediate one here was broken, and you think the price is going up. For you, it's going up, right? And now this one also is broken. You are telling yourself, oh, this one is going up. It doesn't mean that anything is going up. They did this mess also in the middle when they were doing the correction by forming a new low and a new high. And this is clearly the high. By breaking this, they will always break this one. When you are looking for support and resistance, you will get yourself bond. The 4 of this one is here on the inside of this last one, so it's here. So you will burn yourself off, and this is an ending diagonal here for this 35. So you see this, when it formed finish, it makes sense to you. So this is like an A and a B, most likely this is the last low, and you take this as a C or a WXY. And this is a 4 now. So how do we now deploy this one? You will have to go and take, this is not a correct way. So this is more like what you are looking for. This is what you are looking for. Or if you want to take the whole of 3, this is how to do it. Where 3 started from. Let me take, okay, let me just leave this here and see what you are going to get in terms of how to make use of the trend. So still see it is coming from 2, the 3-1 and the 3-2. That's really the inside of the 3. In fact, the wave of 3 has not even been broken. Talk less of 1 and 2 here, which is A, and this is B. So this is just a 3-1, a 3-2, and you now have the price making it more further down. So this has not been broken. So this is gone for the immediate correction that we are seeing. So what we have here now, it's a 4. It's a 4. So it's a 4. And again, you can't pitch this with this. It's another way of looking at it, but you know, when you add a 3-3 and a 3-4 here, then you now begin to have the last leg of 5 of 3-5, which is a 3-5-1. This is a 3-3. 3-3 ran a very long structure to get to this one. Then a 3-4. Then you now have the last leg of 3 that will run another 5 waves. 3-5-1, 3-5-2, 3-5-3, 3-5-4, 3-5-5. Then you now have a big 4 after 3. This is a big 4, which also is very deep. It's very deep. It didn't go as far up as we expect. So it didn't go. So they're not doing the last wave of 5 now here. This is what they are doing here. So within this, of course, how do you align yourself within this? So this is how to align yourself. And this is a new eye. So these are new eye. You could now take this one. Let me change this one to a blue. Okay, let me use this color then. Let me use this. Yes, let me use that. We're telling ourselves, what kind of structure are we seeing here? If this one is an A, and this one is a B, and this one is a C. And so let me now go to where I've done the thing so that you'll see it without wasting much time. I just use that to explain. So this is here. Good. It's here. This is the structure here. You can see it. This is the structure here now. Where this one is an A, it didn't actually quite get there. This is an A here, an A and a B and a C. This is daily time frame, and this is where the price now is. If you go inside of the 4-hour structure, so and this is what I just told you. Breaking this structure does not mean anything. So not until you have this 4, then you now bring this head to join here. So it's probably might going to work like this eventually. So this is what we should expect, that price will not break beyond that, which is still part of 5. And that's how to adjust. That's still part of 5. That is still part of 5. So price will not break this one. So this is like a 4. And you take a 2 to a 4 to know where this is going to be. But like I told you, it can encroach the vicinity of 1 because the 1 ended somewhere here. So see where price is, almost encroaching the vicinity of a 1 here. And we have a shallow 2 here. So let me go inside of a structure of 4-hour. So you can see eventually this is a mess that we are seeing of inside this. It's a mess from here. The first did like this correction, 1, 2, and a 3, and they were not done. They went up again to do a bigger mess, a this and a B. So eventually they now make the whole of this a 1 and a B, sorry, an A and a B, and this is a C. This is the price action for the downside, for the downside. So which means that if you're going to see, then this has to be broken. So once this one is taken, then we are riding to the downside. Now, what they do here, they just did like an extension of this to the upside. And if you take your fib extension for first, this is like an A B. So a B going to the downside to break and to break the low of it and hey, that looks more like an extension, which is an extended flat, something like that. So if you take that and it can be an 100, okay, or 123. So if you take that to here, which you have your A, and you bring it down to the B. So see, they played a fast one. So this is where an 100 is. They just fell short of an 100 just by a few pips. And that was where I had my red, that I don't expect that they would do more than the 100. And that was why I put at what 01350. Because I knew again that they might not really want to catch us at 100. They always play on our, so I had to bring it a bit lower, and eventually, you know, this is where the price cut us. I think we were still on this. Did I give a new position on Euro USD? I think I did. I think I did. So this is what we have. Now, where should we expect? Of course, it allowed. Price may still even want to come up here. And that's the last place you will expect price here. This is the last place you should expect price, which means that price may still climb up to 1.01778. So if that is going to happen, probably we'll just put our stop loss at 1.01950 or 1.0200. I mean, what am I saying? 1.01950 or 1.02. Yeah, so not 01350. So we did at 01350 around this area. So that means this 0.1 is going just to go into 0.2, and price will not do more than that. That is what we should expect. That is how to engage So when price breaks above this level again, we'll know that they can still come up to this level, or they may have ended it here. So this is a good price action really at 100. You can take this as an 100 is a good price action for a further downside. So if that is going to happen, so where do we expect the price to go? Then let me take it back to daily. And this is an extended flat in the middle. Let me take it back to daily. And of course, with this price action that you are seeing here, with what we are seeing here, tells you there's a correction to the downside. This candle here tells you there is a correction to the downside. So where are we going? I don't like this. Okay. Where are we going? So we'll take from the low here to the upper part of C, our extension tools, to know where we're likely going to have our TP. So from here to that, yes, to that place. Of course, we first still have to have this trend broken, this blue trend broken first. So if you take it down now, a 123 is now here. You know, so there's a little change now. So this red, this should be the limit where you have this, should be the limit at 161, where we expect a reaction. And price may well react at 141, which is at 97577. So I think price may just walk to that level. And a 123 is still where you have this, which is 9800. 9800 is 123. And I think the best place to look for price to get to is 120, which is, that was why I gave us the new TP. That is what we should expect. Now, this should play within the blue box. This is the bigger blue box, but everything should still play within the blue box. So we don't just give you, we look at the structure before I give you something. So the blue box and a bigger blue box, how did we get that? I've told you the bigger blue box, when you go to the cycle, let me go to the bigger cycle on the monthly. So on this is a monthly, and this is with 4 of the bigger cycle here. And this is the last leg of with 5. So we pretty much gave you that, and you know how we got here. So we took from, this is an A, B, and a C. So we took from with this and B and this to get to where, okay, that is. This is what we did here. From 3 to 4. This is what we did. We took it from here. The 3 is at where you add this brown here. And we took it to 4. Then to look for that extension. And this is what we got. You can see we got a 123 at this level and a 161. This is potentially price may play around this area. So that is how we got that bigger blue box. So price may do anything they can extend. So when you see this, that whatever you are seeing at this level, price may still walk down here. It's huge really for price to get to as low as 89,800 area. That's huge, but of course we are going to follow the immediate internal structure to know where we are going. That's what we're trying to do on that pair. I think I'm done with that. I'm done with that. So that is what we have. So for now, if we don't break this structure to the upside, then we are still going to see further downside. Once we break here, how do we begin to count this? Once we break here, if this one is able to break here, like I told you, this is like now a 4 of the 5. Then we now take the last of the 5 wave, which is the last 5, which is the 4 here. Then we now begin to count, because this is like a 3 now. This is where a 3, may be ending. So we now start an ending structure. We now start an ending structure per se. And not until we now break out of the ending structure on that frame, on that time frame. So we're going to now see a 551, a 552, a 553, a 554, and a 555 to end this structure. That is what we are expecting. I believe I've helped you with that. A 551, a 552, which means that might not break the structure to the downside. You might expect a 553 to break this structure to the downside. Let's see how far this one is going to go down. If you're going to have a long 551 to this area, then you should expect that price is still going to come up. So far, we don't break here. We can still break this one. That's what I'm telling you. We can still break this one, or we can still get to this point, but we should not break above here. So once we don't break above here, we are going to be seeing more further downside. But this is a good price action for now, based on what we are seeing. And we can now add one down, one more to come up. When that happens, we'll see. And once we now begin to go low again, that means we are going to our destination. So it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. Before we reverse or change or have a bigger correction, either we change trend or have a bigger correction, it might just be towards the end of this month. That is what I'm seeing here. I think I've done enough today. If you go to AUD USD, that was what broke us by small pips. It broke us a bit. I was expecting it around this area, then it broke slightly, and for us to have this price action. So, and this is a bit different. So I want to see that, is it not that it's doing a bigger correction, this one. So for now, it's not what I want to give, because this pretty much has extended, because we don't have a clear A and B structure here. We don't have a clear A, and this is not like a C to me, unlike the other ones. So this one is still potentially can still go up. The only thing here for this is that once it does not go beyond here, which is 7.700, once it does not go beyond here, then we are still going to see further downside. That is the thing. So it has encroached to 1. This is what we see as with 1 here. So it has encroached that. Then it might actually do something. It depends. It might actually do something to run the whole of this as an A, or run this as an A and a B, but this one cannot be a B, because this one is beyond what because that's how to actually look at all these things. It's beyond 161.8. So here is beyond 1. So this is a motive to the downside. So this does not even cut it for me. So except we want to see from the 2 here as an A and a B, but by and large, we should not expect even a bigger correction to the upside, even from this level. So once we don't take this level, we're just still going to go and see more further downside. I still want more wave here. So it's not what I want to do now. So AUD USD, just look away for now. Then the pound USD. The pound USD, if you look at that, is also the same. The pound USD is also the same. It's also the same. Looking at pound USD, is also the same. The A structure, this is the A structure. This is the A structure, and this is the B, which went below here, a 123, and this also an extended flat, and it fits in perfectly. I just gave us, because I knew they might just throw a week and just be funny, so, and it might not catch anybody, so, you know, I just gave us something around this area. So let's see if they're going to break above here or not. And this is the, once they break below here, then we are going further low. So this one is not useful anymore. So we want to see if this price action is going to, where is it looks good enough to take the price down, where it's occurring, it looks good enough to take the price well to the downside. So if you look at it on a daily, it looks corrective. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, it looks corrective. So there's no price action for upside here. So what you still see here is what corrective. These are ways to look at things. So look at this inverted bit here. This is not a bullish sign. It's still bearish. So that's how to look at it at that level. So let me go inside of it again. So we are at a good level to sell it. We are at a good level to sell it. That's what I'm saying. And if you look at the extension, to take out your extension tools here for this, and let's see, from this yellow and from this pink here, which is the low level now, to the end of A and to the beginning of A, this is exactly 100. So they pierce 100 just by a bit. And I think I gave us at 161,300 because of spread and all of that. So you must know why I do that. So it's a textbook correction here. Of course, the price may still walk up to this area here. So, and which means that the price, that was why I gave us a 1.1700 at the last place to get out. So, but price, I think I just did an 100, so to give us a 4 here. So that is what we have here now on this one. So we are in a good place. These are good levels to sell, really. These are good levels to sell, really. So if price is going to break, price will not go beyond here. That's what I'm saying. So if we are going to now see where to exit here, let's see. That might change a bit from here to this new level now. Where do we have a 123 and 161, 123 and 161. So our 123 now is just here. 123 is here, and 161 it's a bit deeper. It's a bit deeper here. Okay, and the 141, it's, these are the levels we can look for and exit when we sell between 123 and 141. So this is where we should look for an exit. For me now, the area of exit is in between here, between this place and a 123, which is here. Okay, so that has changed a bit. Of course, this is where it's going to break parity at this level 1, 2. So it's going to break parity at that level. So that's what we have. And the area that will be interesting for me to exit. Of course, this also will not have finished 5. because where it may finish 5 around this area. So that's why I put 5. It may finish 5 around that area. So we first need to break this. So this is the level we are looking at an exit between this level. So within that, this is a very moderate place for you to say you want to get out. So that's the moderate area. So between 13400 or 130. So for me, if we exit at 13500, I think it's no, sorry, 350 or 13300 is okay. So that would be a decent level to exit. But for anything, I think 13500 is good. So 13500, just a bit above here, is good for us. And so let's give them the remaining. If price plays like that, we'll still have a very good pips to throw. From that level of our entry, it's going to be about 300 pips. So we're going to back that. So that is what we can see in that place. So the last one I'm going to go into is gold, because I'm running out of time. I just needed to give us all those preambles. So I will still be writing those corrected entry, exit, and if we need to change our TP, but I need to explain that the price may still come up here or not. So now on gold, so you don't go shaking. So on gold, so this is the gold also, the textbook. This is exactly, this is what gold has given us. So you can see that this is an A, also a B, and a C. Gold gave us a flat correction. So this is a flat correction. What kind of flat correction is this? This is like a 90, a regular flat. Yes, it gave us a regular flat correction. So because the A to B is exactly 90, so it didn't get to 100, and it pushed this one to 100 as a regular flat. So let's see, textbook correction from A, from the beginning of A to the end of A here, then back to the beginning of B, end of B, which is also here, exactly at 100. So this is where at 100 is, which means that gold can still come up here. That was why I gave us 741.5. That price is not going to break above that level. So price may still want to play around this area, but with this price action I'm seeing, we have to look at that. That might not be a possibility anymore. But of course, we still have a very rare chance of the price coming up to this one. If it comes and walk up to this area, we'll take another opportunities to sell. So what we still want to do is to sell, really. And you can see that that's encroached one here. This is with one here. And that's an encroachment, like I told you, because it's corrective, it's an encroachment. And you should expect that. Okay, let's look at the daily correction. So it doesn't really matter. You say, oh, it might not break it. It's going to break it, but it's not a false breakout. It's just the kind of correction that we are seeing here that tells us. So in terms of daily correction, see, so it's still corrective. So you can see. Now, when anybody sees this, oh, you say, oh, this is an armor. We are going up. It is not. It is nothing because of what we are doing in the middle. It is nothing. So because it presents itself in a corrective, if it is occurred around this area, and you are seeing this armor here around this area, man, or at 123, you might be going up and breaking it. Just like here, it's occurring at the pivotal level and gave us this, then it's at a reversal level, and that's why it went up like that. So here, see, we're not seeing anything like that. This one is giving us a further downside. That's the first tip. And this one occurring in the middle, not at the pivotal level, we might be seeing more downside. So we should see one downside and see this one as the last wave that we're going to run to the downside. So they might truncate it. If they truncate it, maybe at 100, and let's see. what do we get? What do we get? Because it's gold, I really don't like, being, it was also a textbook entry for us, and you guys will agree with me, it was a textbook entry at this level for us. Then you should give me some credits instead of just a textbook entry level. And let's see where we are likely going to get to with this. If we can take more, I will let us know. So from the low of A here to this level, so of C, this is where it can get to. We can actually get, so a 123 is at this level, and the 123 is at that level. What I'm not sure is if gold is going to run that low. This is a 161, a 114 at this level. Let me just change that. The 161, so I doubt if price will break to this 1663. I doubt that much. And I doubt also if price will come to 1872, which is here. And this is 123 here, which is 1680, which is 1680. And I said, let's just get out at what 1685, which is a bit above it because it's gold. So if you can have more, I will let you know. If you can have more here, I will let you know. I have my reason for not wanting to. This is from 161 on gold to this level of gold. That level for gold. Then I said that we can exit around this level for gold between here and here for gold. I'm just trying to be, we have to be moderate. So this is gold we are talking about. Who wants to burn? It's like when you take an advantage. If you can go more than, I will let you know on this. Because if you can still have like these small pips, let's say between here and here itself, this is like 5, or yeah, about 5, not up to 6, about 5. Then from that place to this place is also about 6. So can we have that 11 pips? Then we'll see if we can have that. We'll see if we can have that. But this has to be broken to the downside first. So I've done that for gold. Big picture for gold. Big picture for gold. Let's see. Let's look at the big picture on gold. On the daily, that's why I think if we have a break, it's still good for us. Just good to have a tick just above this level. If it's truncated, it might just pierce it and reverse. Gold is likely going to just break this and reverse immediately. It's likely to do that. Let's see. On the weekly, on the weekly, this is not good for you to see. So gold might just do this, and so might just reverse after breaking this level at 1680. So we are 1685 or thereabouts. So about around this level. So I just this is another good level here. Looking at this week here, that is 1678. Price may still do that. It's possible. So now looking at this big picture, Breaking below here is going to be huge for price, which is at 1675, or here, which is 1662, is going to be huge. Between 1675 and 1662 is going to be huge for price. It's going to be huge for price. So it's going to be huge for price to do that. It's going to be huge for price to do that. So where do we have it? 62. 72 is still okay, but to come more down, I don't know. So let's stay where we are. If you can have more, I will let us know on gold. For now, we may still come to this level. I don't see gold breaking our TP. That's what I'm saying. So it has encroached this area. It has done an 100. So, and they are still in control at this moment. So when that happens, we are going to, if you see more further downside, we're going to take this up. So I think we are in the last correction. So where we are going to have, this is 4 now. And we're going to have the 4, 1, 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5 to break to the end. So that is what we should start counting once they complete this. Let me look at the inside of that. I think gold is a bit ahead. Gold is a bit, yes, now. So on gold now, after seeing this is 1 hour time frame. So this is the move. So gold is rather inside of wave 2 here. So this is a 1 hour correction that you are seeing here. An A and a B and a C may just do this. And if they now decide to do if they decide to do a 4 hour correction, so they might still run this as with the whole of this A, B, C as A, they now do a B again, they now run back a C. So you can expect this is 1 hour correction that they are doing for now. So it may stall at 1 hour correction. They might still take it and make it a 4 hour correction. So if they make it a daily correction, it's spread more and increases, what you see the consolidation here. So for now, a 1 hour correction is what we are seeing now, an A and a B and a C. So they are still going to probably take this one and break to the upside around this area for wave 2. But I don't want, let's just be where we are. So if we're going to have more opportunities, let's see. Once we don't break above here for now, we are good. That's how to peruse. So we know where we are going ultimately. We are still bearish on gold, and we are bearish on AUD USD, sorry, on Euro USD, Pound USD, we are still bearish on those ones. And on USD JPY, of course, we are still bullish. And I quickly want to show you something on USD JPY. Now, this is correction. So we are seeing a correction. This might just be an A. And once they don't break beyond this place, even if they break a bit above it, they must be going up. We are seeing a correction, and this potentially might take us to 148, 149 before we see price. But again, do I want to buy from here? No. Do I want to, I might want to buy if I see a good same price action at a C. If this is an A, I will expect a B and a C at a C around this level of, I might want to buy and go up with it. That is what I should be looking for, not to sell. I don't want to sell anything here. This is not a good price. It's not a price action for the downside. It's not a reversal. So you can see it's not a reversal. Whatever you see, you put yourself in trouble to sell this. It's not, even if you look at it on the daily, let's see, on the daily, yeah, on the daily, to me, I would still say it's still not, yeah, if it close like this, and there's no momentum, I think it might just give a, look at this also. You'll see, oh, this is an evening star, it's going down for where? It's because it's a correction, so you expect that correction, so evening star to send price down, it will go. And this also, at the peak of this, the best we can have is the correction. This one has given you the first clue of the correction. This candle here, daily candle here, has given you the first clue of the correction. So, and if you're going to see this one as a move to change the direction, so this one should have given you a good momentum to this side to break this level. So if this one has given a good momentum in a day, then you can now look for a pullback to sell. So that's what I'm saying. On the weekly too, I won't say much. So it's a correction on the weekly. So that's what I'm saying. On the weekly, now, another thing to look at is, yes, I think I showed us a B, if this one is a B, if it has broken or not. So let me see what it has given us in terms of that correction. So it didn't break, it just touched the limit here of 161 and it didn't break it. So we can still take this one as an A and a B and a C and we go up. I think that's what we can do. It just at this limit of, let's see, from 3.5 down to a 4 here. This reacted exactly at an extension of 161.8, which must still be a B, which may still be a B. And because if it's a B, you're going to treat this one as a B and the all move to the downside as a C, then they might actually be seeing a 123 to the downside. So if you're going to see a 123 to the downside for that, if we are going to, because this might just be the internal structure of a 5, the 5th leg in the making. So we might just be having a 2, and which might be a big dip. So let's see the possibility of that being a 123. So if this one, this where is reacting at the moment to the end of A here and to this place, a 123 is not, the 123 is going to be here far, far, far. That is not what is happening. You can't come to that place. This is bullish. You cannot come to that place for now. So you can't stay on a weekly correction. You can't stay on a weekly correction. So that cannot happen for now. That cannot happen. So better see this one as a 1 and as a 2, and this is the 3rd wave to the upside. So we are correcting with 5 to the downside. So that is how to see, but with 4 to the downside. That is the best we can see here. We are correcting with 4 to the downside, and if that is the case, and this is the limit of, if this is the limit of 2 for now, if this is the limit of 2 at this level for now, if that is the limit of 2 for now, so if that is the limit of 2 for now, where we expect a 4th of that correction will now be from here to a 2. Oh, no, sorry, the other way around. From a 2 here to that end. So we should see our correction in this area. These are the levels we should expect a reversal for further upside. So this is the level we should expect a reversal for further upside. So that will now finish the 4th wave. So what I'm trying to let you see is that even if we break that trend, it does not mean that price is coming down. So this is what, so it could encroach on this level or not for further upside. So you don't want to just close your eyes and say you want to. So if we get a price action here, I will buy. I will buy just with a small upside, because knowing that where do we expect this to eventually turn down its move? So where do we expect it? Big picture now. Big picture now. So let me take it to the monthly to see where the big picture is now. Okay. So this is the big picture for us now. This is the big picture for us now. Now we see this move as a move. This is like exactly, this is like a three-wave correction that I talked about. But inside of it, of here, you might see a five-wave. Okay, this is a three-wave correction. This is an A and a B, and we are, sorry, a B, where a C will go to before we see further downside, further decline. So we look at here and here. How do I make you see that? If I want to change this color, this one is out of the way. This color here, let me change it for you to see. Let me change it to something that is more. Can you see this? Yeah, I think that, yeah, that place. This is another level. And this is another level. Okay, if you can see that, good. So we have the beginning of A to the end of A to the end of the beginning of B to the end of B, and we're going to C. So where we can see the C, it's at least an 100 extension. T a Shobashi, an 100 extension, 100% extension. So how do we get our 100% extension? From the beginning of A, which is here, to the end of A, which is the beginning of B, to the end of B, which is the beginning of C, and our 100% extension is going to be exactly at this level. And that is the level that we can expect price to reverse. So, and that level for us, if I now, this will be our stop loss. If price comes to that, we can just take a small chance at that. So if I want to do this, if we're going to wait, yes, if we are going to wait, this is the level we can think of just selling at that level. So we can still look inside of it. So the 100 is at this level, which is around 149 to something. So that's where we should expect a price reaction for further, and it's pretty much falling where it's pretty much falling where I put the blue box you can see here. So it's pretty much falling there. It's pretty much falling there. So that is where we can expect, of course, it may pull to 123, but 100 is the first place to think, because it's a monthly time frame. 100, we should see some reactions around that area. So if we don't, and a break, then we'll know that something else is. That is what it looks like now for me. That's what it looks like for me now. So looking at this, this is where we should expect. Where is the pink? Okay, this is where the pink is really. The pink is at this level, and this is where I said we can look for a sell around 148 and make it 148,507. Around this area, we should be looking for a sell. Around this area, we should be looking for a sell, and this is the upper limit here. We'll have a better idea by the time this. We'll have a better idea with time. We'll have a better idea with time. For now, we have a better idea. This is red. That's the blue zone now. Good. So that's the blue zone. That's the blue zone. So this is the thing exactly at that level. Okay, so this is the area we want to that's the area we want to look for a sell. So if we get a price action for the upside, then we're going to buy. We're going to buy this. So we should be looking for a support around this area to buy. So this might just be an A and a B, and if the C leg comes down, we'll sell. So let's see how this one goes up to correct. So after that correction, the best to do is to say, okay, we're going to be looking for a sell once we have this one broken. Looking for a sell once this one is broken to the downside. I'm looking for sorry, a buy when this one is broken to the downside. So now let's just stay here. That's the big picture. On then where we have the last one, I've taken much time to do. Where we have, this is the last one, Eurgbp. That's the last I'm going to do now. For these, then there's still possibility for this to break up. You know, the first thing we are seeing is this may well be an ending diagonal. So it may be an ending diagonal. So don't say that this one can not break above. They'll be wasting some time here. How do we deal with this kind of a thing? Because after this move and we had a break, and this is not like a proper price action when they want to change direction. But if we see this one, this move with this, you might think it's a bit down, but they reverse this as exactly 161.8, and that has changed something for me. We have to be very careful. That's why we have not even put in much whatever into it, because from this top to this bottom here, I want us to see something. So because analysis wise, that is what we are saying. So we have to be also cautious. Now, with that, what I'm trying to say is that the extension, if this is A first, extension here of this way is more than 161.8 a bit. So that does not, well, it could be the beginning of a move to the downside. But now the way this one went up, for me, is still a correction. So I will rather want to change here and say this is an A, which is a bigger correction. And now that this is a B, and now that this is a B, we need to see what this one does, how it's going to move to the downside. So for now, it's moving in a very sluggish manner. That's what I can see here. It might just be our last attempt to come to the downside, to exit a sell. So If this is going to be a C, now let's look at the extension that we have at that level. Let me change this peak to something else now. Let me change it to something else, or better still, let me change it to this. That's the peak now for now. So I'm going to take all this one out. I'm going to take all this one out to clean the board to some extent. Let's clean the board. So this is an A, and this is a B. Where are we going to have a C? At least an 100, except they truncate it. At least an, but let's see the extension between A and a B now this time around. So if this is from the beginning of A to the end of A, now what's this one giving us? This one has pulled beyond 123. So this still make it an A. So the best we should be looking for is, because it has pulled beyond that, so we should get an 100. So if we're going to get an 100 and we get a price action to the upside and it does not break below, where we should see more upside now is between here, which is a B, except this one still wants to go up, further up, which is possible to this level and to A. So our 100 will be between this level now. 100 is here. 100 will be in that place to a 123, which is here. So that is where to exit. If price breaks beyond, so we should be looking for price action around this area. We should be looking for price action around this area. If they should pull below here, then it means that, sorry, around this area. So we should be looking for price action around that area. Yeah, for a further upside. Where this is the edge if you want to come off. Because if the price should come to this side, even though it has broken low of this, does not mean that the price is going down. We need price to break low of here before you can say price is coming down. Price would have to do more than 123 here. This is 100 and this is 123. Now, what is the extent of price still going up and turning down here? We would expect nothing more than 161.8 here. So for price to still do one leg to the downside. That's how to look at it. So from this A to this end, so 161.8 exactly at this level. So whereas I expect that price may want to turn if they still want to go a bit higher up before throwing that leg to the downside is between here and here, ideally, between that space. So in between this space, I still expect price to climb up a bit, but not beyond that red area for now. Okay, so not beyond this area for now, for us to have a further downside to come up here. So I don't expect price for now to break 87,500 or let me say 87,600. If price does that, then we kiss a bar, then we exit and wait for further price action. So if that does not happen, so price may come down here. If price should come down here, because I can't see any price action for further downside here for now. So if price, we should just find an exit here and get out. And when that happens, price will be going further up to break up. And when that now happens, price will now be coming down. That is what we should expect now with this correction that I'm seeing in the middle. So we may be seeing this move. That's what I'm saying. We may be seeing a move like this. We may be seeing a move like this. That's the first move that we may be seeing. Let me use this color. Yeah, we may be seeing a move like this. Then thereafter, if that happens from this level, we may be now seeing, because if it turns back from this level now, what move will be seen again is this. From this, if it gets to the edge here, we'll now be seeing a move that will stall around this area. Around this area. For now, this is not on board. It is not on board. So we now be seeing a move that will now do this around 123, which is around this area again. Around that area again. So the price will now just be doing this again from that level. This. Then when that happens, then we should now expect this to happen. We should now expect this to fall. So these are possibilities. These are possibilities. So which means that if this happens and we get out, then we should expect this leg. If there's a price action around this area, then we should expect this leg to break above here. Then we should now expect this leg to now change the trend. And so we are saying that price eventually may still reach 88,200. So before a break, because we have to look at the correction that we are seeing here. So for now, let's see how this one goes up. If it's going to go up immediately or not. If they want to still, that is what I want us to see here. You must be very smart. You must have eagle eye to see what the price is doing. Price will not just do something funny in the middle. So we should expect this move, and this is the immediate move to this downside now. So if you look at this on the, I can still see, I think it's correction that we are seeing. Yes, it's correction that we are seeing. It's correction that we are seeing. So, but again, if they don't break above this black, then it's good. So what are we saying here? See, there is no sign for a reversal yet. There's no sign for a reversal yet. So this might just be an A, a B, and a C. So let's look for an exit at a C. And we now go up. Whatever happens, will now go up. So I will be giving us an exit. This is a correction. So we look for an exit. So we have more last chance to get out. So, and to get out around this area, we might just have a bit of a push, maybe around 85,400 we'll get out. and watch for price action to go up here and still take this. So for now, that's the end. It's a long video, so that's the end.